Hello, my name is Daniel and I'm gonna show you how to read and write notes. First of all, we need to know how a note looks like. Every note has got a note head and a stem. Here we got our stuff lines and we can put the notes on the line or in the spaces between the lines. The stems of the notes beneath the middle line are going up of the right side of their head. And the stems of the notes above the middle line are going downwards on the left side of their head. For the note directly on the middle line, you can choose. But there's still something missing to identify the notes. You always need the clef at the beginning of every stuff. There are different types of clefs. First, we're gonna take a look at the treble clef. It is also called the G clef because it shows us where we can find the note G. The treble clef looks like this. It surrounds the second line from the bottom, and that's the place where we can find the note G. And now it's quite simple. The following notes are named by the letters of the English alphabet. So we have the notes A, B, C, D, E, F, and then we arrive at the note G again. Going down from the G, it is the same order. So we have the F, the E, and the D. We have 7 different notes in several ranges. For example, we can find this G that sounds like this, and this G that sounds like this. It is the same note, but in a different range. So we call this G G4, and the higher G G5. It is the same for every note. For example, here we can find the D4, and here we can find the D5. So now we can write down all the notes that are within the stuff. But there are also higher notes and lower notes. If you want to write down higher notes, you need ledger lines. So you just create a new line on top of the stuff. It should have the same distance than the other lines in the stuff. So now we can write down an A5, a B5, a C6, a D6, and so on. And now we also can see that the numbering of the notes always starts on the note C. Here we have the C5, followed by the notes D5, E5, F5, G5, A5, and B5. And now we arrive at the next C, giving it the next number 6. If you want to write down lower notes, it is the same. We can use ledger lines to write down lower notes like C4, B3, and so on. But there's also a different clef that helps us writing down lower notes. It's called the bass clef or the F clef because it shows us where we can find the note F. It looks like this, and you can find the note F on the second line from the top between the 2 dots. Here we got the F3. And if you want to go up, the following notes are called G3, A3, B3, and C4, following the same system that we had before. So now we are at the C4. It is exactly the same note that we wrote down here in the G clef. For all the piano players, most of the time you have the F clef in your left hand and the G clef in your right hand. Thank you for paying attention, and I hope now you have an idea how to write and read notes.